Senior leadership and management training to influence your output, growth, change, and culture.
Hi, it's Nick Hill. We're currently talking about emotional intelligence, aren't we? If you missed the earlier webinar, it will be in the playlist. This is where we talk about what emotions really are, and I describe them as catalysts and what we must do when we experience an emotion. Nevertheless, right now, we're going to be talking about what I've learned when working with my clients over the last 26 years as a master coach trainer, which is what I am. This leadership and management is what I do. And my clients have quite often found that whenever they experience emotions, they do something. Now, would you like to know what people that are in emotional stuck states do? Because you may be doing some of these things yourself. I know I've done some of these things. So in this webinar, we're going to talk about just one of those many things that people do with emotions, which really does not help you. And that is to indulge, okay? So you experience the emotion, and now you indulge in that emotion. Now, if this is an unhelpful emotion, and this is how you first perceive it as being, or an unwanted probably would be a better word, because if you watch the earlier webinar, you will recognize that all emotions have a purpose. So I would actually argue that even though you might say it's unhelpful to feel this way, it has a purpose, which means that it is trying to help you. Nevertheless, it's an unwanted emotion. Let's say it's frustration, let's say it's anger, let's say it's fear, let's say it's guilt, or whatever it might be. As I explained earlier, those emotions serve a purpose. Don't just ignore them. But what some people will do is they will indulge. That's what we're talking about here. So they experience that emotion, and it's anger. I feel angry right now. I feel like I could tear this room apart. I feel like I could take my camera right now and throw it out the window. And if it's not a camera, maybe it's your PC. Ever had one of those days where suddenly everything freezes and you just don't know why? There's no virus. It's a fairly new computer, but it's frozen again. What do we say? It's crashed, right? Now, thankfully, with Windows today, or if you're using a Mac, technology hasn't got the same kind of bugs and problems as it did 25 years ago when I first got a computer. Nevertheless, computer frustration still exists. You can have computer rage in the same way as you have road rage, right? Nevertheless, there are some people that experience that emotion. Again, this is whatever the emotion is, it's an emotion really you don't want, and they nurture it. They allow it to build up and up and up. They don't work with the emotion, which is really what we need to do, and act in a way that is actually conducive to the bigger picture. What they will do instead, they will throw a punch. I mentioned Will Smith at the Oscars, didn't I? Will Smith and Chris Rock in the earlier webinar. Nevertheless, if you've ever been in a bar, I don't really go to pubs at my age anymore. I'm married with 2 kids. But in my earlier days, I would go to pubs, and countless times I used to see bar fights, okay? If you're watching this in the States, you're probably thinking, that's interesting. What, in the UK? I thought you were all properly behaved. Yeah, right. Okay, come and visit. Nevertheless, bar fights, people, again, not being able to manage their emotions. So they have a feeling and a need now to get it out. And what are they doing? They're nurturing that emotion. They're indulging in that emotion. But what about guilt? I feel guilty about what it is that I've done. I guess this is my penance now. This is my penalty that I have to pay for what it is that I've done. If you've done something wrong, whatever that thing is that you've done, there's a very good reason why you should feel guilty. And again, we're going to talk about these emotions later. Right now, we're talking about what people do with all kinds of emotions. Remember our purpose right now. So rather than indulging and and giving you the and punishing yourself by feeling guilty or frustrated or angry perpetually or fearful perpetually, causing some to be agoraphobic right now. I'm not going to go outside, I'm not going to do anything, not going to go anywhere because I'm fearful. And again, when working with some of my business clients, that I will work with many that want to develop their presentation skills. And they'll talk about the fear that they experience weeks before delivering a big presentation to investors or to prospective clients. It's the big deal. This is the time where you have to go in and sell. You are pitching. And they will talk about how fearful they are. All right. So there's going to be you guys feeling fear if you are in Ukraine watching this. Fear for very, very different reasons, of course. Nevertheless, fear would be, again, one of those emotions that you don't want to indulge in long term, because it's not going to be helpful. It's not going to be edifying. It's going to drain your battery life.
Change your internal environment to prevent your external environment from triggering unwanted emotional states. Nicholas C. Hill.
If you enjoyed this webinar, please like it, subscribe, click the notification bell, and share it with others who will benefit. See you in the next webinar.
Attend this training in person or online. Book an in-house tailored course, one-to-one program, or enroll on our open masterclasses today. Inquire now on 0345 678 9900 or email info@hilltraining.com.
Read Nicholas C. Hill's Professional Leader magazine now, the new quarterly digital publication for leaders and managers like you who want to influence output, growth, change, and culture. International Master Coach Trainer of Leadership and Management Strategy, with over 25 years of experience, Nicholas C. Hill gives you over 90 pages of relevant, profoundly challenging, and solution-driven content, enveloped in beautiful artwork that you can read on any digital device. Our cover stories deliver essential lessons in leadership from the late masters of business, government, and non-profit. Our Thought Leader column shares the timeless wisdom of thinkers who changed the landscape of organizational philosophy and psychology. Get the leadership and management resources you need today. Purchase Professional Leader magazine now on professionalleader.com.